My name is Ariel, and I want to welcome you to Points of Light. One of the questions we have asked here most often is, what is a Lemurian crystal or Lemurian seed crystal? So we're going to talk about that a bit, and I'm going to show you what we have to offer. We're fortunate to have an absolutely amazing hand-picked selection of Lemurian seed crystals from Brazil. There are others from around the world, but this area is the most prolific, the most consistent in having the parallel lines that are the marking that really denote a natural Lemurian quartz. So these are actually an amazing batch. We have a small amount of these that are natural laser wands. As you can see, the tips come to a very, radical point, which is actually fairly unusual to happen in quartz and only really comes from the state of Diamantina in Brazil, where these come from, as well as other laser wands you may have seen. And rarely is there anywhere else in the world, or even anywhere else in Brazil, that form happens. So these actually are natural healing tools that are pretty much unparalleled. They're very clear, very good shape, great terminations, incredible tools for healers and or just anyone who wants to meditate with an amazing Lemurian quartz. Then we have spheres that have been cut from Lemurian crystals, and they are exceptionally bright in terms of how they catch the light. They have amazing rainbows, a lot of them, and the energy is quite distinct as compared to other quartz from Brazil. Then we have some polished points, which are Lemurians as well. They're polished on their natural faces, they have natural bottoms, but they allow you to really see into the amazingly bright interior. Some of them super clear, and again, great healing tools. Then we have natural points that are fully polished. So these are Lemurians that for whatever reason were polished completely, which again allows you to see into the interior in a different way than you would be able to with the natural crystal, because the outsides of these are generally kind of frosty, so you really can't see into the interior. So these are great meditation altar pieces, or just for anyone who loves a good, beautiful, clear quartz. Then we have some of our larger Lemurian wands that are natural. These are what we would call our A-grade. Incredible, hand-picked, gorgeous pieces. Virtually impossible to find this kind of quality anymore. These were purchased many years ago. This mine where they come from has been closed for about 5 years, and quality material like this is virtually impossible to find now. And then next we have these Lemurian Vogel style wands, which are cut again from the Lemurian crystal from Brazil. And these are unique in that they have the rounded end. So these are good for acupressure and massage, and body work and energy work. They have the Vogel style, multiple sides. Gorgeous clear pieces, very reasonable prices. They actually come with a pouch for each one. And then we have these, which are a Vogel style wand as well. The classic cut, although not as accurate as the true Vogels that we have available, but given that it's cut out of this material, these are definitely exceptional healing tools as well. Next we have our selection of natural Lemurians, which the question we get asked, like I said, most often is, what is a Lemurian and how do you know it's a Lemurian? Well, this is the distinct marking that makes these unique. They have strong parallel lines on the bodies, sometimes subtler than this, sometimes stronger than this, but the majority of these that come from this locality, which is the top of a mountain in Brazil, in a very unusual geologic circumstance, they're just absolutely amazing. And there was basically intuitive information that came through about 10 to 12 years ago when they were first discovered that said that these were planted by the Lemurian civilization to be discovered at a later point when humanity could benefit from that understanding, that knowledge, and those energies. So that's where the name Lemurian or Lemurian Seed Crystal comes from. We have the natural points from finger points up to the sizes you just saw. Another of our favorites here are these pieces of Lemurian that are partially polished and partially natural. They're cut to stand. They're each magnificent pieces, these two as well, as far as altar pieces, because again you can look into the interior, but they do have the natural markings as well, so it's a good in-between. This is a fully polished piece, absolutely amazing, world-class piece in terms of clarity, cut on the natural faces, Lemurian fully polished. We have a next smaller one here as well. And finally, we have, here's an example of what we saw earlier, the fully polished and the spheres cut from the Lemurian Seed Crystal. And the rainbows and the way that these reflect light is truly amazing. And again, these are actually quite difficult to find because of the mine closing a number of years ago. So we feel fortunate to be able to offer an exceptional collection of these. So you can see them at pointsoflight.net.